Welcome to the We Ain't No Hippies podcast number 3.
Number 3. So this week we're going to be comparing 8 different vehicles and looking at their suitability for instant full-time van life. We're going to be looking from micro campers to super large vans.
Yeah. So thanks for watching and subscribing to YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. If you haven't done it, you should do it more on all of them.
Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and subscribe to us on YouTube. So we've broken down the vans we're going to be looking at into 3 kind of categories. We've just come up with our own names for them, really. Micro camper, small panel van, and large panel van.
All of these are, we're just looking up to the £10,000 price point, and we've kind of looked at a few different sections within those. We've considered what storage capabilities they have, whether they've got cooking, toilet, or even a shower if they're luxurious. We're looking at what electric they've installed, you know, whether that's solar panel or just a split charge system or nothing at all. How many people can sleep in it, how many people could sit in it and socialise in it, and then finally whether it's suitable for winter living in the UK. All of them really are suitable for summer living because everyone just sits outside the van, but on the winter living, it's, are they insulated, do they have a heater, all those kind of factors. So shall we drop straight in? Yeah,
so up first is one of the micro campers that we found. So it's a Citroen Burlingame. It's 2002 model. It's got 93,000 miles on the clock, and it is 1,950 English pounds. So looking at the storage, they've got storage under the bed. They've got a big old lockable roof box on the top, which I can imagine for something of this size is going to be really, really handy.
Yeah.
Inside the vehicle, there's lots of little nooks and crannies apparently that you can store things in. There's over the little cab bit, I know there's a little cupboard kind of thing that you can store bits and pieces in. And apparently there's storage above the wheel arches on this as well.
Okay, inside.
Yeah.
I assume.
I know, you just cram it under the wheel, yeah. So the kitchen, you can see there's a hob and sink unit in one. The sink, it's only cold water. It's fed up from a jerry can underneath, and then it goes straight down into another jerry can beside it. They're only 10 litres each, but, you know, for the size of the van, that ratio is about right, realistically. The hob is a gas canister that's refillable for LPG. So yeah, I mean, the guy, he said here, that size canister lasts him for weeks, and it costs less than £2 to refill. So yeah, really, really economical there.
I can see he's got extraction in the top as well, so you don't have to have the doors or windows open, which is quite a unique feature for this kind of size vehicle.
Especially in the winter time, that's a bonus. It gets so steamy otherwise.
Yeah.
No toilet, obviously. But, you know, who's to say you couldn't fit a small one in there?
He does say in his description, though, that you can open the door and hang a shower. So I would put shower as a tick on this one.
Tick. Oh, okay. So, electric capabilities. I mean, saw a photo there of some sort of motherboard kind of thing. Motherboard. So he's got
motherboard there.
So he's got a big leisure battery. It's charged 3 ways, which is quite cool. So he's got a solar panel on the roof, which obviously takes away the stealth aspect a little bit.
Slightly.
But, you know. Voltage, split charge relay when the engine's running. So whenever you're driving, that's going to be pumping power into that leisure battery. And there's a little smart battery charger, so when you can plug into mains power, that will charge your battery up nicely.
Yeah, he doesn't say how big his battery is then on that, I don't think. I'd assume it's probably 1 at best, so 110 amp.
Yeah, that's cool. How many people is it good for? Well, you've obviously got 2 seats in the front, but, you know, realistically, unless it's 2 really, really skinny people trying to get in that bed together,
yeah,
it's
well,
good for 1 person sleeping.
It's 1 person sleeping and 3 people travelling.
Yeah.
So he's kept good
enough.
Function on it, really.
Mm. So if you did need to do a bit of running around and then kick everyone out at the end of the day, no bother.
Mm.
Winter living. So this has obviously got a lot of windows on it as well, which is going to detract from the insulation. Gas tank.
You can put another feed off for a heater, but he hasn't got one because he says it's warm enough.
Oh, fair enough.
He says you really don't need the heater, so I can believe that's warm enough because it's so small. There isn't much space.
You cook pasta for 5 minutes and you'd be roasting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I think, you know, in that sort of scenario, you'd be kind of bundled up with your duvet anyway.
Yeah.
Keeping cosy.
Do you like it?
If it was just me, yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
It's quite small. It's certainly got the compact thing going on. I think the roof rack, roof box on top works well.
Yeah, that's a really, really good idea.
He's got individual boxes in there, which has organised out his cooking utensils, clothes, and tools. So really, he's got everything he needs in that respect.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do it. It's a bit small for me, but I can get why many people could.
But it just depends what you want to do, really, and how far you want to take. You know, what your definition of living is.
Well, it's just minimal. That's all. It's good. I think it's good price for 1950.
For a 2002 model as well.
Yeah.
Not bad at all. And the benefit of having something so compact is you're able to drive to some really cool locations without anyone knocking on your door and being like, yeah. Too
much, yeah. So what's next on the list?
So next on the list is, so it's another micro camper. Very, very similar vehicle. It's a Fiat Doubleu. It's a 2006 model, so it's around the same age, roughly. 60,000 miles on the clock on this one, and it is 7,995, £7,995.
Yeah, that's up there then.
Yeah, so obviously there's a pretty big price difference. So
but what do you get for that money?
Yeah. Storage. I don't think there's much storage in this one. It's not really been designed with storage in mind from the looks of it.
No.
Rock and roll beds, while great, they obviously do take up a lot of space.
Yeah.
I think there are ways you can get around that in terms of storage, but this one's not had it put in. If you chuck a bag on the floor, that's about it.
Yeah.
So cooking, you can see there's a hob there. Is that like a contact hob?
I think that's kind of electronic.
Yeah.
No, I think that's gas. That's a gas hob.
There we go. That's the lid on it. So
gas
it's a
sink.
Hob and sink in one. It's got a fridge, but it's absolutely tiny. Could fit maybe
6 beers in it. I think that size fridge.
Oh, I was thinking about those massive tins of like Tennants that you get.
No, I'm thinking 6 small cans.
Continental cans. Yeah, they don't really give any specifications on the sink and the burner there, but we can kind of see from this picture that it's got a gas canister attached to it, so really easy to fill up and pretty cheap to run, and some kind of water tank there. Yeah, probably not hot water.
They're just 2 portable water tanks, so you can take them out and fill them up. I would say at tops they're probably 20 litres each if you're lucky. Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, it's clearly been designed just for weekend use.
How many people could you fit in it?
2 people.
Yeah.
Realistically. You have a bit of a squeeze otherwise. Electric wise, we can see in one of the photos there's a single leisure battery.
Single.
We can probably assume from that again 110 amp hours.
Approximately.
Roughly.
Not much then. It depends what you want to do. If you want to run a laptop at night, in the winter it's not going to happen.
Not unless you hook
They
up
haven't
to mains.
stated there's any solar panels, So we've got to assume it's at best a split charger relay. I would say for winter living, this is pretty poor.
Yeah.
For the money as well, I think it's pretty poor.
It's, yeah, you're paying more for a slightly newer vehicle in this than a actual camper living conversion.
Yeah.
Realistically.
Yeah, I don't like this. I'll be honest.
No. Summer living, you know, it's
That's fine.
amazing.
Yeah, just rock up. Keeps it simple. You
Yeah.
can keep it clean, easy.
And again, as with the other one, nice and small, so you can get anywhere you wanted to.
Yeah, that is
No
the
restrictions.
benefit here.
Yeah. So that's all we got for micro campers. You could go on and on with it.
There are, yeah.
I think that's two really good examples of something that's been done really well with actual camping use in mind, as in the first one.
Yes.
And then the second one, which it's a conversion that's been done just for very, very occasional use.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you could live in it if you were so inclined, but it just wouldn't be for me.
No, it's not fancy enough.
It's not fancy enough.
No, right, so we're going to move on to what we've called small panel vans here. So the first one we're looking at is a Mitsubishi L300, which is pretty sweet.
Yep.
It's 1998 model, 85,000 miles on the clock.
Yep.
And it's £2,250.
Still cheap then, that's good.
Yeah.
So what's it got on the storage side?
So storage side, they've got an amazing amount of storage because this van has got a mid-engine layout.
Yeah.
So that kind of opens it up a lot. They've built in some storage down the side there as well.
Yes.
Otherwise, we can kind of maybe assume it's got that storage in that trunk there.
The mattresses in there, I think that's just the storage on the side.
Mm-hmm. Still storage though. So that's all that's in there at the moment. You can see they've got just a little portable camping stove. They don't have a fixed stove. I don't think they've got a fixed sink in there either.
No, I think they're keeping it really simple on this one, which is fine. It works for the size van it is.
So yeah, and again, there's no toilet or shower either.
But you could easily add a little chemical kind of
toilet
if you needed a cassette toilet. That's the word I was looking for. Have they got anything written down about the electrics?
Nothing written in the advert, but you kind of hope there might be some kind of 12-volt feed going through it at some point.
Just for USB to charge phones or something.
But again, they don't specify that.
Yeah, this is a simple build.
Very simple. So it's two berth double bed.
Two berth
double bed.
So two berth being it's double bed being it's for two people, but berth being it's split on each side. So it won't be one complete bed, I don't think. There might be a small gap, or
I think the advert says
two together.
The advert literally says two berth double bed.
Yeah, I think that's what it means. I could be wrong. So
sleeps two.
Sleeps two. Let's say that for sure. Could you live in the winter? I think it's insulated. It looks like there's some kind of panelling on the inside, so you'd assume there's some kind of insulation.
Yeah.
Given there's not so many windows, I think the insulation then would be quite efficient.
It'd help
in
a lot.
That respect.
And again, it's still quite a small space. So if you did have some kind of way of heating it up, or even if you had the heating in the front cab going for a bit, just before you went to sleep, that would help, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean you probably should install a little diesel heater in that just to keep the condensation out during the winter. Perfect for summer use though. Great for just trawling around, getting in beachfront spots and the such like.
That sliding side door as well is nice. I do like that.
I think it's good value for money for that price.
Yeah, it looks pretty good condition as well.
Yeah, that's good.
Very nice.
What's next on our price up on the small panel van?
Well, here we go. So how could we not talk about camper vans without talking... Did I say that right? How can we talk about camper vans without talking about Volkswagens? Is the right way to say it. So we've got a Volkswagen T4 Transporter. It's a long wheelbase, 2000 model, 21,000 miles.
Yeah.
And it's £6,795. So with this one, it's quite a nice conversion on the inside. You've got storage under the bed.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a huge amount of storage otherwise.
No, I think you've got little cubby holes at best. At best, but it's for, again, quite minimal living, isn't it? You can't have too many tools with you, or too many clothes. You could probably just about wedge a surfboard or a push bike in there.
And then obviously if it's 2 people as well, that's a whole other ball game.
Yeah.
2 surfboards.
That's, yeah, 2. So on the cooking side, you can see there's a fridge and some kind of, it looks like one of those SMEV styles. Yeah.
It is SMEV, yeah.
Double hob and sink.
Which is quite smart when the lid there's closed, nice and compact.
Has it got any electric?
Electric, yeah, so it's got 12-volt electric and lighting. It's got a trickle charge system to the leisure battery as well.
Right, okay. So no solar on that one.
Yeah, no massive alterations. I mean, size-wise and comfort-wise, 2 people.
2 people, it's all right. Yeah.
Yeah. Looks, yeah, I mean, it'd be quite comfortable, really. Winter living, it looks pretty well insulated. You've got carpet going all around the walls and the ceilings as well.
Yeah.
So that would massively help. Massively help.
As long as there's no leaks. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope that.
But did they say they've got a diesel heater or anything like that?
Doesn't say.
Right, okay.
Doesn't say
So
that.
let's assume it doesn't have a diesel heater. So you'd probably want one before you wreck the inside. So this is perfect for summer, needs a little bit of work for winter living. Do you like it?
I do like it, and I think for, again, if it was just me, I think if I was with someone else and on a slightly bigger space, because it is quite small to be living full time.
So to summarise that ramble, if you're by yourself, fine. 2 people, a bit of a struggle, you think. Right. I don't like them. I think they're well overpriced for what they are. I'm not saying I don't like the vans, I just don't like the price.
The Volkswagen badge.
Yeah. No, well, nothing against Volkswagens, they're fine. It's just, I don't get why they're so flipping expensive. I also don't like, and it's not particular to this van, carpet on walls and ceilings. I don't understand. It doesn't make sense to me.
If you have an answer, please send them in.
I don't want an answer. I'm happy with my opinion. Other than that, it's a fairly comfortable looking van to stay in.
The conversion's been done really.
It has been done very nice.
It's very smart.
Is it worth the money? I don't think so. But I think the rest of the market disagrees. So
potentially.
Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the most expensive Volkswagen camper I've seen.
It's not, but I think compared to what you can get for your money for the last vehicle we looked at, and there isn't much different on the capabilities inside, you could fund yourself
the Mitsubishi,
traveling.
Do you mean? Yeah, the old green van.
You could fund yourself travelling for a few months comfortably with the change you get left between the 2. So.
Yeah. So up next is the last small panel van. It's a Vauxhall Vivaro, 2006 reg, 140,000 miles on the clock, and it is £9,500. So let's see what we can get for that.
That's the top end of the price
top
bracket,
end, yeah. Go faster stripes included though, so
yeah,
it's all good. So storage-wise, I believe this one's got quite a lot of storage built into it. I think they've really thought their way through actually spending time in this one.
There is a lot of storage. One whole wall is covered in storage.
Yeah, and under the rock and roll bed there as well, which is great. They've got a SMEV hob and sink unit, and they've got a fridge as well. And I think it's a fairly good size fridge from the looks of the photos. Yeah, so that little silver box down there. Electric, there's been a bit more thought put into this one again. They've got 110 amp leisure battery.
Yeah.
Got a built-in battery charger, full split charger system, and you can hook up to full-on mains as well. Yeah. If and when you can, which is really great.
So they've got the 240-volt system there. I can see some plugs on the side.
There's a 500-watt inverter.
Yeah.
Which is great.
So how many people do you reckon could be in that?
Well, two.
Two at most.
I mean, you could probably have a few, you know, maybe one or two more, and they pitch their tent outside next to you. But
no, it's for two inside, two living, two travelling. Let's say it's two.
Two. Go with two. Magic number.
Could you live in it in the winter?
I think so. I think the amount of storage will help with the insulation, won't it?
Yeah, certainly, I agree. That'd probably be quite a comfortable space in the winter. You've got a couple of windows, but I don't think that would take too much away from the insulation there. Does it have a diesel heater or anything?
Doesn't say.
Doesn't say again. You could add one.
I'd be kind of surprised if it didn't, though, because they've got a TV.
Yeah, but people have TVs when they can't even afford food. Yeah. So I'm not taking that as anything.
Yeah. So I mean, summer living, you've got the sliding door at the side and the doors that open at the back, so you can get a lovely breeze going through. It'd be lovely.
Do you like it?
I like it. It's quite pricey.
It is.
But I think for ease off, just being able to just step into something and go.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's certainly got that, I'm going to use the word cautiously, reliability thing apparently around it. There's lots of them made because they're also badged as Renault Trafics, and there's something else I'm sure. It's not to my taste. It's a bit too motorhome-esque with those grey graphic stripes down the side. I don't understand why people feel the need to put those kind of decals on.
Helps you go faster, Nathan, I'll just say.
But I think it's very smartly done inside. There's actually a usable space.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's all been maximised for comfort and use.
Yeah. No, that's fine. They've done well there. Good.
It's a good conversion. Thumbs up for that one.
It is. I think we're on to my favourite section now.
Yeah, the large panel vans.
Kind of the long wheelbase, extra long wheelbase, extra long wheelbase. Stuff which for full timing, the size you need, really.
To do it comfortably.
If there's two of you.
If you've got hobbies.
If you've got hobbies. So what are we looking at here for the first one?
So here we're looking at a Volkswagen LT35. 1998 model.
How many?
232k.
232,000
miles on the clock.
Which it sounds a lot, but for a diesel engine, as long as it's been looked after, isn't too hideous.
Price wise, £3,385.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound too bad at the moment.
No, that's cheap.
Yeah.
What storage do they have?
I believe it's some storage under the beds there.
Yeah.
They've got the fridge for food storage. They can see a few little drawers there. So they've got a cooker with an oven as well, which is really cool.
It's the first oven we've seen so far.
I like that.
I'm assuming it's all gas.
Fridge and a sink. Nice size sink at the end there.
Yeah.
It's, I think, full-time living. Not having a sink that's that big
tiny
makes a difference. Yeah,
for
like
the record, those people listening on a podcast, that big is about the size of your hand.
Oh yeah, sorry. Whose hand though? I've got very small hands.
Yeah, any hand.
Electric. So again, they've thought a bit more about this because it's clearly been used for full-time living, if not more, very regular use. I think it looks like it's been full-time.
It certainly does look like that.
It's got all the signs.
How many people could you fit in it?
Well, it's got a double bed at the back and a small child's bed.
Yeah.
And then you've got that bench along the front. So I think comfortably, a couple and a child.
To live in it, yes.
Or even more comfortably, just one person.
That'd be amazing.
But you could, I think, quite easily get a family of 4 in there.
Oof. I don't know, I think a family of 4 would have something to say about that. I don't know.
It's van life, man.
Yeah. I'm still not on the living on top of other people thing.
That's why I sleep outside.
So, that's right. So could you live in it during the winter? Definitely.
Definitely.
I think so. It seems insulated. The windows, I think, look like more of the traditional camper van style windows. They're more plastic, so I don't think there'd be much thermal quality. Has it got any heating?
There's a wood burner in it.
Right.
Wood burner comes with it, but it hasn't been installed.
Right.
So you're nearly there with the heating.
Yes. Yeah, you're close enough.
Yeah. And then, yes, summer living, you've got that massive awning down the side, which is fabulous.
That is easy. I don't like the look of them on the outside, but they are easy just to wind out, and you've got your shade.
You've got a whole extra room as well.
That makes total sense.
Nice summer night, you can sleep outside.
I think that's amazing value for money.
Really good. Really, really nice.
Yeah.
Looks like it's been well kept as well.
Kept enough. Yeah, I mean, it's on the street, so you'd assume it's got an MOT. Yeah, that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
I'd do that. What's next?
Nice. Next up. Ooh, got an IVKU Daily. How nice. So it's a 2004 model, 80,000 miles, and £7,500. I really like this one.
Yeah.
I think this one's brilliant. Heaps of storage. So it was used as a, what I think was a motocross,
Racetrack.
Motorcycle race van. So at the back, you've got a massive garage which can fit 3 dirt motocross bikes in.
Yeah,
so that's quite a lot of
not
space.
regular motorbikes.
No, so yeah, they're quite skinny.
Easily a small washing machine, a light travel style washing machine, and a couple of push bikes and some bins to keep everything else out.
Dirty laundry, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Definitely, that's a good idea. So that on its own has got, loads of space. Then inside, there's a few more cupboards and bits and pieces, I believe, as well.
Right.
Not massive amounts of space inside, but,
yes.
bits and pieces that you wouldn't want to keep out there.
Yes, you're sacrificing the internal space for the garage space, the storage. But I think if you're living in a smaller space, it's best to get the clutter out of the way, and then it feels less kind of claustrophobic in that sense. So what has it got? Cooking? I can see an oven there.
Yeah. So
oven.
So again, this one's got an oven, another 4-hob cooker, which is great. Hot and cold running water. Getting fancy here.
Yeah, getting fancy.
They've got a sink and they've got a shower as well in this one.
Nice.
Which is fantastic. They've got a full-on wet room, which is brilliant. So you can have a nice hot shower. So electric. So they've got everything on this one. Solar panel charging system.
Yeah.
Full 240 volt install.
Yes.
Including RCDs.
You'd hope so.
External plug-in point, so you can plug it in if you're parked up somewhere that there's power, and more plug sockets than you'll ever use, apparently.
According to the advert, I can see, I think, 4 in front of me in this photo.
Give them a run for their money on that. It's got a 1,000 watt inverter.
Yeah.
So you could do a lot in this one.
Okay.
You could do a lot.
You could say, how many people can sleep in that? Do they say?
4 comfortably.
Right.
Supposedly. So the sofa pulls out into a double bed, and then you've obviously got that fixed double bed up at the back there.
Nice.
I think for full-time living though, 1 or 2 people.
Yeah. Yeah. That's comfortable. I could live in that during the winter quite happily.
Benefit of this one in terms of winter living is you've got the small windows.
Yes.
So for insulation, it's not going to be as much loss there.
No,
which
certainly.
is good.
So it's got a massive awning, so it's again totally appropriate for summer living.
I love it.
That's a double thumbs up for that one.
Yeah. If I was back in England now and I was looking at buying a van, and I had, well, I say if I had £7.5 grand, but if I had 10 grand to splash out on a van,
yeah,
I'd go for this one.
It's the final van, the last long wheelbase panel van
on Earth.
On Earth.
So yeah, so we found a Mercedes, which is great. So it's a 412 1997 model.
Right.
160,000 miles. And it is £8 grand, £8,000.
So not much more. Yeah.
Not much more. So again, on this one, they've built a big rear garage.
Yeah.
So I think for larger vans, it does seem to be quite a common thing.
The
nice
to
idea.
do.
But with that then allows you to have a fixed bed. So in terms of storage, you've obviously got all the storage at the back. You've got a few cupboards in there, and then you've got cupboards inside the living space as well.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
I can see they've got a massive water tank as well there.
Excellent. Well, this one has a shower.
Yes.
So
that would make sense.
Sink, gas stove, toilet and shower room.
Yeah.
So obviously, again, with these larger vans, having a full permanent toilet and shower room is a possibility. Nice size sink again, 4 burner hob.
Clean. It's very clean.
In terms of the electric, so again, this has got a much better setup, when you're considering living in it full time. 240 volt setup.
Yes.
12-volt lighting, and it's got a leisure battery as well. They don't go into too much more detail. In terms of how many people you can fit in, sleeps 3. It's got a double plus a little single bunk. Winter living, this one does have a heater.
Nice.
So, as we know, really cheap to run.
That's perfect for winter living. Then you've got space. You've got some lights where the seating is.
Keep it condensation free.
As best as you can.
Yeah.
And then perfect for summer living then. Massive awning. Lots of shade.
Huge, which, I mean, they're a couple of £100 to buy as they are, so...
Cool. And the rest.
And gets a double thumbs up as well.
It is. I think of the larger vans, the Volkswagen's my favourite. The price point on that is just excellent.
So that was the first of the large panel vans that we looked at, wasn't it?
The big green one. Yeah.
Big green one. You like that? Well, you get that one. I'll get the race truck.
Cracking. Fabulous. I think that's a good overview, just to give you an idea of what's on the market.
Yeah, so I think, you know, we sort of like to think there's something out there for everyone, no matter what your budget, if you want to live full time.
Yeah, or what or how you want to live. A lot of people want to and like living in those micro campers.
Yeah.
It's not for me, so I'm not going to diss it. I totally get it, the minimal living thing. I enjoy doing a few more things than that. But then you can, on that kind of micro camper, you can put push bikes on the top or put a push bike on the back. It is far more flexible than having the big vans. They're
they're probably a lot more fuel efficient as well, because they're so much lighter. You're not restricted by height barriers or width barriers.
That's one big thing.
Tolls are a lot cheaper. Continental tolls.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Good overview. Well, thanks for watching and listening. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you next week.